这哪是在下雨啊！我的天！我靠！我操！
On August 12th, Beijing's Meteorological Bureau issued a blue alert for heavy rainfall. From 8 a.m. that day until 8 a.m. the next, some areas were expected to get more than 30 millimeters of rain per hour, with 6-hour totals possibly exceeding 50 millimeters. In the mountains and foothills, that kind of downpour could trigger flash floods, mudslides, and landslides. And in low-lying areas, the biggest threat was waterlogging. Many netizens posted videos saying they couldn't believe how rare it was to see such a massive storm right after the start of autumn. This is the biggest summer rain I've ever experienced in Beijing. Sure, it has rained heavily in mid-August before, but it's definitely not common. Another clip had someone remarking, "I really don't recall seeing rain this heavy before. I'm not sure if the suburbs are getting it too, but the forecast says it could keep going until 11 a.m. tomorrow." That afternoon, the storm first hit Beijing's Meteorological, Sichuan, and Haidian districts, then spread eastward. By 3 p.m., the citywide average rainfall was 3.1 millimeters, but in Huayuan village, Miyuan, the maximum reading shot up to 53.9 millimeters. Videos from residents showed Meteorological Sanjiandian neighborhood at 3 p.m. completely waterlogged, streets flooded, neighborhoods drowning under the pressure of urban drainage problems. By 4:47 p.m., the alert was upgraded from blue to yellow. Districts like Tongzhou, Fangtai, Chaoyang, Shenyi, Pinggu, and Miyuan were warned that rainfall could exceed 100 millimeters in just a few hours. At the same time, Beijing Drainage Group raised its flood response to level 3. That same day, the city's water and weather departments issued 2 separate flash flood alerts, yellow and orange, covering suburban districts like Pinggu, Miyuan, Huarou, Yanqing, Changping, Fangshan, and Meteorological. Meanwhile, a blue alert for urban waterlogging was issued for Chaoyang, Shijingshan, and parts of Fangtai. Videos from residents across the city showed widespread flooding. Beijing's drainage system was straining to its limits. It's deeper over there. The water has even reached the engine of the car over there. Beijing's geography makes things worse. The city has plains, hills, and mountain regions, with some low-lying areas prone to flooding. In the mountains, heavy rain can also trigger flash floods and mudslides. Add to that the pace of urbanization, so much land paved over with concrete and asphalt. Rainwater has nowhere to seep in. Runoff builds up fast, raising the risk of waterlogging and flash flooding across the city. What's even more worrying, recent videos showed landslides in Huarou's mountain areas after days of non-stop rain. The soil moisture content became oversaturated, hillsides lost stability, and mudslides came roaring down, carrying rocks and debris through valleys. In response, Beijing's Natural Resources and Meteorology departments jointly issued a yellow warning for geological disasters, cautioning that southeastern Miyuan and several other mountain areas could see collapses, landslides, and mudflows. Some residents shared heartbreaking scenes online. After the floodwaters receded, their homes were left scarred, furniture marked with water stains, floors caked in slippery mud and debris. The damage was devastating. And it wasn't just rain. Strong winds and lightning swept across Beijing too. On the morning of the 12th, the city issued a blue alert for high winds, with gusts expected at force 7 to 8, and in some mountain areas even above 10. Yanqing District issued its own yellow wind alert. On top of that, a lightning alert warned that from the 12th into the early hours of the next day, thunderstorms with intense bursts of rainfall were expected. What's truly concerning is that this wasn't Beijing's first storm of the summer. In just the past 2 weeks, the city had already been battered by several rounds of severe rain. Some areas were still struggling to recover when this new wave of extreme weather arrived. Beijing's recent heavy rains caused severe disasters. 30 people were killed, 28 in Miyan and 2 in Yancheng. Roads were destroyed in 31 places across 16 lines, and many are still not fully reopened. Power outages hit 136 villages and communication networks were wrecked, with 62 fiber cables cut and over 1,800 cell towers knocked offline. Look, a lot of water has flooded from the bridge onto the road. And this section of the road has been damaged. Videos shot by netizens show that the rain in Beijing's Wuling mountain area was extremely heavy and floods flooded the roads. One villager said their entire community had been swallowed by merciless floods. Roads were washed away and lush farmlands turned into a wasteland of mud and ruin. In recent years, Beijing has been hit by repeated episodes of extreme rainfall, leaving parts of the city waterlogged and disrupting both daily life and urban infrastructure. Experts believe the root problem is Beijing's drainage system. Many older neighborhoods rely on outdated infrastructure built decades ago, never designed to handle today's extreme rainfall. And in new districts, drainage facilities are still incomplete. The mismatch means when storms hit, the system is overloaded and can't get rid of the water fast enough. Outside Beijing, another disaster was unfolding. In the early hours of August 10th, torrential rain slammed into the Sichuan basin. Cities like Chengdu, Deyang, and Leshan were drenched with storm-level rainfall. Low-lying areas saw water over 30 centimeters deep, and once again, the weakness of urban drainage systems was brutally exposed. In Mianju and Shifang, floodwaters topped 30 centimeters. In Leshan, heavy rain sent the Min River surging upward, rising 1.2 meters in a single day. Riverfront walkways were swallowed and warning lines were set up. The storm wreaked havoc across multiple areas. In Nanchuan, trees were toppled all over the city, with park crews handling over 100 emergencies overnight. By the morning of the 11th, Chongqing was hit again, 29 districts soaked. 15 reaching severe storm levels. Rivers swelled dangerously and officials activated a level 3 emergency flood response. In Chengdu, streets filled with water in no time, cutting off traffic. Thunderstorms roared in with powerful winds, toppling trees, and flooding blocked multiple main roads. This round of rain wasn't just intense, it was historic. Many weather stations recorded record-breaking rainfall. In Shenzhen, winds reached force 9, damaging outdoor facilities and worsening the chaos. From 7 a.m. on the 10th to 7 a.m. on the 11th, data from 137 stations across 16 districts, including Banan and Tongnan, recorded torrential rains. Another 607 stations across 27 districts like Xiaopingba, Beibei, and Yubei logged storm-level rainfall. The heaviest, Xinxiang and Hechuan with 167 millimeters. As one netizen put it, the streets have turned into rivers, motorcycles look like speedboats, getting around was nearly impossible. Look at this, it feels like we're at the seaside, but no, this isn't the ocean. It rained all night, flooding the streets completely. People are even fishing here. Tell me, isn't that dangerous? So why was this storm so extreme? Meteorologists say it came down to a dangerous interaction between the subtropical high-pressure system and Typhoon Danas. On July 8th, the subtropical high pushed north again while Danas's central pressure dropped sharply. That created a moisture highway between the typhoon's northern edge and the southern rim of the high, funneling endless warm, wet air from the Pacific straight into southwest China. At the same time, the southwest monsoon collided with cold northern air over the southern ridge of the Sichuan basin, creating a nearly stationary storm vortex. That's why the border region of Chongqing, Sichuan, Guizhou, and Yunnan got hammered with round after round of torrential rain. And it wasn't just the drainage, the geography of the Sichuan basin made things worse. The basin's shape traps rain, causing water levels in lowland cities to rise rapidly. With so many rivers running through, heavy downpours make them surge within hours, pushing many to dangerous levels and flooding whole areas. The torrential rains also triggered deadly geological disasters. On the night of August 10th, a massive mudslide struck Caiyuanzi village in Changding, Sichuan. One witness, Mr. Wang, told reporters the roar was deafening, like planes thundering overhead, before mud and floodwaters came crashing down, rising to 40 centimeters at his hotel entrance. Another netizen posted a gut-wrenching video showing his entire home underwater. All he could do was wait for rescue. Meanwhile, from August 10th to 11th, Chongqing was drenched by continuous downpours, hitting more than 14,000 people. By dawn on the 11th, 29 districts were pounded again, with 15 reaching the level of torrential rain. One witness described, by 8:40 a.m. the roads were already completely flooded. Cars could only inch along, motorcycles couldn't move at all. The creek beside us swelled, threatening to spill into the neighborhood. Rain kept pouring down. It was a desperate situation. And more videos showed just how relentless the rain was. People without umbrellas were soaked to the bone. At one dormitory entrance, torrents of water poured down like a giant waterfall, a scene both spectacular and alarming.